Yo y'all, this was Wasabi7, and today I'm gonna keep playing Hello Charlotte Episode 3. Last time we made a chemical bomb, blew up a door, and somebody who opened it, and yeah. Let's see. I guess up here maybe? No? Whoa. He isn't here? Uh-oh. Miss Eiler. Mr. Bennett, what are you doing here? Henry's orders. Where's Mr. Honecker? And who's in the body bag? Don't tell me. Miss Eiler, like I said, I'm under Henry's orders. Do you understand? No, this can't be real. Why? Bennett grabs my hand. Let go. What? You monster! What? Why are you? Where are you taking me? Stop stalling. We're going to the elevators. You'll leave this place and never come back. We are not your friends, nor are we your lackeys. Felix Honecker was a failed experiment. That's all there was. Don't you feel the slightest remorse? You could have saved him. Remorse? Could have saved? Say, Eiler. Just what do you know about me? Bennett forces me into the elevator and slams the 11th floor button. The door closes behind him. There's an unreadable expression on his face. Alright, the final floor. On the floor that nobody returns from, apparently. Destination reached. Data transmission successful. Q84. Charlotte Unit Q84, how are you feeling? I feel like shit. Welcome back. It's been a while. I get up in an instant. What the hell, Charles? Why am I alive again? What the hell am I alive again? I don't really understand it myself, but your soul data didn't get deleted. It might have been something to do with your wish, but it was still you who brought me back, wasn't it? With horror, I noticed the change in my voice's pitch. Something isn't right. Oh, God. Whose vessel is this now? Please don't tell me it's Vincent's. It's not. It's a defective Charlotte vessel. Fuck. Can't you just let me rest already? Why do you keep doing things like this? Please try to calm down. Calm down? Calm down. I want to die. God, I want to die. I don't want any more of this. I hate this place. I hate everyone, and I hate you the most. I don't want any more stories. I don't want to deal with any more world conspiracies. I don't want to be in this body, for fuck's sake. Please kill me. Miss Wilshire, a body is but a mere vessel. Don't give me that shit. Well, you're right, but I'll blame you. Well, still blame you for everything. I understand. I'll put you to rest as soon as this is over. However, for now, please, I need you to come with me. What? Why? Where? You'll understand as soon as we get there. Can't you deal with this on your own? Whatever it is. I can't. I already did what I could. So you brought me back because you wanted my emotional support. Believe me, my corpse would have offered you a better therapy session than I ever will. Is that bad? Is it that bad? Might as well be. You really are a loser, God. Too human to be one. Well, I suppose I really am. Where are we, anyway? We're on the 11th floor. The room we need to visit is just a few steps away. Great, I was considering refusing to move and making you drag me there with your noodle arms. I'm perfectly capable of carrying you, Miss Wilshire. Don't even think about it. Well, cool. Wonder if we can do this. PC screen glows blue. There's nothing on it. Except something, because it's glowing blue. Nobody has a screensaver that's just total teal. I mean, maybe this dude does, I don't know. By the way, what happened to your Vincent vessel? Ah, well, I left him alone for a while and came back as a corpse. He killed himself? Yeah, that's what they always do. Even though I went through the trouble of implementing a no self-harm rule. Talk about a wasted effort. Let's bury him later, okay? Probably up here. Let's not go there. Okay, sure. Here? That is the place. For God's sake, stop heightening the tension, will you? Your anxiety is contagious. It's just your dad's room, right? So open it already. Alright, here it goes. A deep breath, and we're inside Father's room. It's quite empty, no furniture, no personal possessions, nothing. In the center of the room, there's a working TV set. I can't see anything. Oh! What was that? Yeah, good question. Is there somebody in here? It's just me and you. And the puppeteer, of course. Wiltshire? Bingo. Hi there, V19 at your service. That sound again. Took you long enough. Been having fun going on adventures with friends? They're not my friends. Yeah, sure. Because Scarlet Isler doesn't do friends. Because Scarlet Isler is so very serious. Nor. Stop mocking me and come out of hiding already. My, you're so eager, you know? While you've been running around, I learned the truths of this world. Wanna know what those are, class rep? Stop messing with me. Where are you? You're no fun. But how about I tell you anyway? Bam, lights on. Oh. That's... Ew. What in the world is that? It's something. Why, it's Mother. Our beloved mommy. The one controlling, the one and only true God controlling everything in the house. The one who gave birth to you. Wiltshire, you... No. Mother is kind, beautiful, and understanding. This thing isn't even human. Oh, don't you know, creators aren't human. All the content comes out of their ear hole. Easy as shit. This is ridiculous. Where are you getting with this? Ah, Miss Eiler, you're so impatient. The groundbreaking truth of the house is that no one here needs to be saved. This world is an entertainment arena. I guess it would also sort of be an embarrassment arena too, huh? Mother generates scenarios and provides a constant supply of protagonists. When one dies, all she can do is spawn more Charlottes to amuse the spectators. Each 20th is defective. You think you'll be saving someone, but they're all actors in this tiny stage. Everyone gets assigned a role to play, and you're no different. Yeah, right. As if I believe you. This is nonsense. Come here. Look at what's coming to you for every person you've hurt. Oh, yes. We'll both bleed for entertainment, and everyone shall be watching. Want to be the hero? Sure, I can arrange that for you. Mother will bestow you with just the right personality to meet the genre requirements. Hey, stop babbling nonsense. I won't fall for your provocation. Right. Look, I'm coming for you. I feel my blood boil as she approaches me. Ugh, something isn't right. Why do I feel so angry? We were supposed to talk. Yet why am I... I wanted to know the reason behind her tears. I wanted to gouge out her eyeballs with a butter knife. I wanted to understand her. And you can't really gouge something out with a knife. That's not gouging, that's just scraping. Arguing semantics in this world, though, doesn't make a whole lot of sense, I guess. I wanted to tear out her spine and hang it from the ceiling. I leap forward and tackle her down. Why isn't she resisting? That's right, do it. Shut up. Come on. What are you waiting for? Why aren't you resisting? At this rate, I'm really gonna kill you. Do it, Scarlet Idler. Do it already. And always remember, there's not just one person behind the screen. It's thousands. What do you mean? Let me enlighten you. In the world behind the screen, billions exist. That's what the puppeteers are. It's a game for them. They don't care about who you are. All they care about are appearances and whether you're good or evil. Bonus points or porn potential. Yeah. Oh, bonus points for porn potential. Pretty much. Shut your indecent mouth. Accept it. It's the truth. No, you're a monster, a demon. That I know for sure. Oh, please. I'm just another puppet. One of the many. The silent Charlotte, the sweet Charlotte, the bully Charlotte. Choose the flavor you like is, like for a perfect shipping scenario. Abused to create emotional responses for the audience. Did you know entertainment is dead? It's just one big circle jerk between consumers and producers. The audience wants it raw. Put your soul into it. More pain, more suffering. Perform until you break. Become relatable to the max. Hey, Hyler, we're not so different, are we? Except you aren't the protagonist. But that could be overlooked, right? Don't lump me together with the likes of you. Had things turned out differently, we could have been friends, you know? No way in hell. I tightened my grip to her throat. She's not resisting. Like I said, soon you'll understand. You'll be the one crying, I want to be loved. I'm trying so hard, but the world is just so unfair. Your mother's voice in your head won't stop ringing until you lose sense of self. Shut up. I've been killed over and over and humiliated for entertainment, but I have to be a good girl, because in order to be loved, I'm not allowed to make mistakes. My head hurts. Why does this particular phrase hurt so much? I'm not supposed to care, yet my chest tightens, as if from premonition. When I open my eyes again, Charlotte Wiltshire has long since stopped moving. Oh, no way. So easily? She really is dead. Serves you right, you monster. Maniacal laughter. What the hell? This doesn't feel right at all. It's as if I've awakened from a long sleep. Something isn't right. Well, there you are, lamenting your mortal enemy. But it's too late. You avenged your dead classmates. Aren't you happy? I just wanted to understand her. Sure, but she's dead now. It's okay. I can still make everything right. I can do it. Do what? I'll take her place and find out the truth. Oracle, I have a wish to make. This is the only logical conclusion. This is what everything was leading up to. I'll use the Oracle's power to transfer my consciousness into one of these vessels. If it really is as she said. If there really are thousands of eyes watching my every step. Oh, no. I'm terrified. No, I mustn't falter. I can do it. I'll make it a better timeline. I will not become a murderer like her. I will prove her wrong. I will prove that free will exists. Even if I break and my mind shatters, this is the only way to find out the truth. Even if I forget what I'm looking for, this is the only way I can atone for what I've done. No one will notice a thing. Then it occurs to me that maybe this was Wiltshire's plan all along. That maybe it was her wish for me to step into her shoes. That maybe I was fated to become her from the very start. This is how her story ends. Yeah, that actually makes quite a bit of sense considering the protagonist sort of changed. Well, well, well. What Charlotte shall we choose? Looks like doing grocery shopping. Let's see. Aha, this vessel will do. My world met its end a long time ago. The humanity I knew ceased to exist and disappeared without a single trace. The gods they believed in have died, and churches were built as their graves. The chaos turned into order, and it finally became quiet. All I can do is dream, for I am so tired. Will you be kind as to join me in dream seeing? Hello, Charlotte. It's nice to meet you. Please take care of me. Wasn't that at the beginning of the first game? Or something? That seems very similar. As for what happened next, you already know all of it, don't you? Scarlet Eiler became Charlotte Wiltshire. She used to be cold and calculating, but ended up becoming absent-minded and clueless as her mind crumbled under the influence of Mother's voice. I carefully observed her from afar and gave her a yellow ribbon to differentiate her from the other Charlottes. I helped her when she was trapped in the TV world. "I'll help you when you kill Wiltshire again," I told her. That phrase seemed to trigger her memories. She remembered who she really was, and it horrified her. She understood that she failed to prove V19 wrong, which in turn made her suicidal. Scarlet Isler's story should have ended after she wished to save the Oracle. It should have ended, but the Oracle intervened. They created a channel. It became a world made of Scarlet Isler's soul data. You're familiar with the concept by now, aren't you? Scarlet Isler couldn't believe that the tenants were real, so imaginary they became. She was obsessed with the trial, so it manifested in her world. In my dream, I am the world, huh? How stupid. Why did you go there anyway? Sorry, I wanted to see for myself what her inner world is like. I knew I ended up getting humiliated, beaten up, and almost raped by the inhabitants. Congrats. Not only that, you took cosplay to a new level, once again by using Vincent's vessel. Still, my journey was rather fruitful. I was afraid of facing her for so long, but when we finally met again, she didn't have the memories of the past anymore. Even though I tried to trigger them so many times, she had no recollection of past events. She didn't even recognize the excerpt from one of my stories that she used to criticize. She was kind, lost, clumsy, easily fooled, delusional. I can hurt her this time around, I thought. But when I fell, she helped me get back onto my feet. Scarlet Isler would have kicked me until I lost consciousness. When I got hurt, she tended to my wounds. Scarlet Isler would have hurt me even more. When I cried, she tried to reach out to wipe away my tears. Scarlet Isler would have shouted at me. She's changed. So I couldn't hurt her, nor could I help her. Ironically, she couldn't see past the trial herself. Okay, I think I get it. But there's one thing I don't really understand. If you're using Vincent's vessel the whole time, who was the other you? That's... Hello there. Why the surprised faces? Isn't it obvious who I am? I'm Seth, the father of this dysfunctional family. That's impossible. There's only the mother in the house. Oh, really? How long do you plan on rejecting my existence? Miss Wiltshire, be careful. If this person is the cognitive version of my father, then he's even more powerful than Mother is. Easy, easy. I'm not here because of you. Right, because you never cared about me. I have a deal with the puppeteer. To save the child. To save Scarlet Isler, known as Charlotte Wiltshire. As you can see, this TV box is in fact Scarlet Isler's soul cube. All because Charlotte Unit 091, also known as the Oracle, wanted to preserve her soul data no matter what. The child saved her, and 091 tried to save her in return. Truly the romance of the century, isn't it? However, as a result, Scarlet Isler's soul now resides in a shabby TV set. To free her would mean to break this box she's trapped in. That's what it means to save her. Then we just need to find a giant magnet. You! You bastard. Was killing her in Mother's womb not enough? She was an unwanted child, is all. It's a common practice. You should know better than to make a big deal out of it. It was a big deal for Mother. That's all that matters. Miss Wiltshire, we have to help her. What's gotten into you, Charles? Isn't that the same Scarlet Isler who drove you to suicide? She's not the same. She sacrificed herself to me. Duh, 'cause she's a goddamn martyr complex. I forgave her, Miss Wiltshire. Hey, imposter, can't we transfer her soul data to a new vessel? Unfortunately, no human vessel can contain her at this point. Then, what could we... Whatever, I don't care about her. If you hadn't noticed, I'm not in the Scarlet Isler fan club. If you don't like the show, just switch the channel for all I care. I'm not sure if that'd be the right choice. We don't know what the other channel will be like. And if it's not the current channel, we'll disappear either. Wouldn't switching the channel just be an attempt to make us feel better? Ugh, so what? Who cares? You seem to be struggling with a final decision. Why don't we have the puppeteer decide? Say, will you save the child? Nah, dude. Everything's gotta change and come to an end eventually, and this has been going on for a long fucking time. I see. You chose to be selfish. In the end, all you cared about was your own peace of mind. In all honesty, I'm disappointed in you, because you turned out worse than I hoped you would. Well then, I'm afraid our ways will part here, until you reevaluate your choices and reload that game, that is. Umbrella Man leaves the room. Charles. On the count of 3. Alright, we press the button. What is she doing? Are you blind? She's eating chips, Charles. All the time? Most of the channels in the house show commercials only. This one might not be so different. So it's a channel where she doesn't even have a story? Hey, her story might be about eating junk food. Stop it, Miss Wiltshire, it's not funny. You think? I find it hilarious. Just look at her. Can't fake that smile. She seems happy. Blissful, even. Yeah. Looking at her bringing the food with no care in the world, or binging the food with no care in the world, I feel bile arise in my throat. I didn't expect anything, yet why is it so frustrating? This can't even count as a happy ending. In a fit of sudden anger, I switch the channel. Again. And again. And again. Charles catches my hand. Miss Wiltshire, stop it. God damn it, why can't we do anything? I'm sick and tired of feeling powerless. Why is your world like this? And don't you sorry me. I know, okay? We're both frustrated. But there's really nothing we can do. Not all problems can be solved. Not all things can be fixed. It's something we have to live with, no matter how much it frustrates us. I never asked to be born. I never asked for this. It always should have been her. Yet Father chose me. Him and Mother were already apart at the time, yet he still chose to let me live. So I lived constantly trying to make up for everything Mother had lost. For every breakdown she had, for every time we called the ambulance, for every time she cried. Nothing else mattered. And now, look at this world. Repetitive, meaningless, futile. It's almost laughable how unoriginal my stories are. None of you deserve this, and I can't even die here. Trust me, I've tried. Charles, let's leave this room. Are you sure? I'm sure. We'll leave this place and return to the first floor. I'll rebuild the wise society and have it do something worthwhile for a change. If either can't be contained in one vessel, we can use thousands, right? You want to make Pythias out of them? I guess. Whatever. This'll be a hell of a selfish act, though. In all honesty, I don't think Miss Wiltshire would be happy if we save her. That's true. Like I said, no matter what we do, there will be no right answers. The house is essentially self-destructive. Still, it's better than watching you rot away in self-pity, you loser god. What if former Charlotte doesn't... That's confusing. Doesn't want to get out of her little fantasy box. I'm bringing her over here and watching the house burn as we eat through a monthly supply of Charlie's junk foods in one sitting. Period. Wait a minute. Didn't you want me to put you to rest? I changed my mind for now. Don't make a big deal out of this. Father, I get it. So, please. And so we leave the room. Inside the room there is a box. Inside the box there is a channel. Inside the channel there is a world. Inside the world there is a girl. A girl who is the world herself. Hello, world. How are you? Damn. Dear friends, today we have gathered for a very special occasion. Today is the day we ascend, right, Mr. C? Precisely, Miss Wiltshire. Today we shall make history. Please put on the helmets in front of you. At last we shall become pure white. Wiltshire. Miss Wiltshire. Frey? It's time for us to go. Where to? Stargazing, of course. Stargazing is a lie, Frey. Just like everything Umbrella Man said. Nah, everything's for real this time. Promise? Promise. Come now, take my hand. Let's leave this story together. Lead the way. Achievement unlocked, childhood's end. Happy end, childhood's end. Oh my god. What happens if I do news story? Well, the game's soft-locked. And I'd rather not listen to this for a whole lot longer. Yeah. Okay, the screenplay is... I think it might have gone black, actually. Sorry. Yeah, no, okay, we're back. Alright, let's load this one. I am so glad that you can hold the shift key to do this. I still wish it was C, because I've skipped a lot of dialogue, unfortunately. Not a lot, I guess. Alright, ending number 2. Say you choose to save her. After all, like I said before, I prepared everything for the journey. The weapon included. Acquired a hammer. Charles, stand back. I'll do it. Miss Wiltshire, you don't have to... I said I'll do it. What kind of a creation am I if I can't carry your burdens? Charles quietly steps back, giving me the hammer. You should wait outside. Just to be clear, that wasn't a suggestion. Alright, I'll come back soon. Yeah, right. You so will. Now shoo. I breathe in and out. So here we are. I'm gonna murder the girl who has my face with my own hands. I look at the TV screen. A girl with a yellow ribbon and wide eyes stares back at me as if she knows I'm here. Know what, Scarlet Eiler? As much as I hate to admit it, in the end, Charles, he wanted you to be born. That's why you became your own person in the house. That's why all the tenants were nice to you. That's why nobody hurts you in this place. You're not an unwanted child. He wanted you to exist, and I want to crush all his regrets. After all, doesn't fiction exist to free the mind? That's why I will crush you too. I swing the hammer. There will be no war. There will be no revolution. There is no need for it. Our existence is meaningless. But that's okay. There's no need for a meaning. We will not fight God. There is no need to. It won't change anything. No matter how wretched we are, no matter how broken we are, no matter how lost we are, we will hold our heads high and march on. Our stories will continue. Okay, so I'm confused because the option that I picked, I thought was the one where I would destroy the TV, not leave it. So this is the one that I wanted, I guess. Welcome to the house. In the heart of the house, there's a bottomless pit, a pit where they slumber, Above the pit, there's a sun that never sets. The black sun sucking all the light in. Wow, it really goes deep. Are you sure there's no exit on the other side of this pit? Not even I know. No matter how many corpses I drop here, it never gets filled up. It was a good vessel, wasn't it? Weren't you supposed to keep him safe? Yeah, I really messed up. In the end, all I did was postpone the inevitable. No matter what, there's no way I could have helped him. There's no way of fixing him either. Well, you can't go around trying to fix people. There's no way of doing that anyway. I knew that somewhere on a subconscious level, didn't I? That's why the house is the way it is. Were I convinced that I should change, were I convinced that I could change him or anyone, they would have ended up being the brainwashed, unnaturally happy versions of themselves. Never once have I wished for that. However, the images of the people I knew still became distorted in this place, especially Vincent's. I was so fascinated with the idea of him that I failed to see him as a real person. That's why in the house, he's all but an empty shell, an imaginary construct. This place is no heavenly kingdom, after all. Now then. He really is gone, isn't he? Goodbye, Vincent. We lower him to the pit and let go. Then we hear a small thud. Just how many Vincents did Charles throw down there? Miss Wiltshire? Yes? There's one more place I'd like to visit if you don't mind. I don't have anything better to do anyways, might as well tag along. By the way, what is that you're holding? Oh, it's Mr. Honecker's invention. You know, Miss Wiltshire. What is it, Charles? Unit V-19 believe this world would to be made purely for entertainment, but I don't feel like that's the case with this house. During my lifetime in the true realm, I always wanted to be liked by others. Yet somehow it never seemed to work out. No matter what I did, I was either a ghost or a burden. A kid who wants to sit with, who no one wants to sit with, no matter how many good grades you got. Never expressing my opinion aloud. We were always going with the flow. Constantly shape-shifting, adapting my personality traits to match others. Saying what others want to hear just so that they would want to be around me. Wanting to connect with others, yet pushing them away just as soon as we got close. Repulsed by physical closeness, I drifted away from human contact further and further. Yet somehow, through art and writing, I was able to connect with others in a way that didn't feel repulsive. Miss Warhol, Vincent, I never would have been able to open up to them if it wasn't for my work, however small and insignificant it was. After all, all my life I defined myself with things I could put on paper. So even here, this world subconsciously ended up relying on it. Without fiction, without an appealing protagonist, no one would bother staying in the house. That's how I must have felt. I can only hope that the puppeteers observing us will forgive this weakness of mine. If it was you, Miss Wiltshire, you surely would have made the ending spectacular, wouldn't you? But with me, the most I can do is come in terms with the loss of my loved ones. Losing Scarlett to father's decision, losing Mother to mental illness, losing Vincent to delusions, losing Henri to the distance. There doesn't seem to be an end to my regrets, is there? Now then, back to the purpose of our visit to this room. Hello, Mother. I'm here. I know. Charles approaches Mother and hugs one of the appendages. You already did the best you could. You gave birth to so many wonderful children. Just like you wanted, right? Everything's okay. You can rest now. With those words, he injects the contents of the syringe he was holding into the mass of organs. Seconds later, everything around us begins to crystallize. The house begins to collapse. Charles, you'll be the last of your kind, Q84. There'll be no more stories. No more dreams. No more control. At last we will be free of everything. No more restrictions, no more fates, no more endings. Wonderful, isn't it? Mother will no longer... It's not even the first time I've seen him break down. And yet... It's okay. It's okay, Father. Your world met its end a long time ago, but a new one will surely begin from scratch. The humanity as you know it has ceased to exist, only to make room for a new generation. As long as there are believers, their gods will be reborn, and churches will be built as their sanctuaries. A new day will come, and your time will start moving again, and the screen will tear. There's nothing to be sad about, except the lack of VSync in the options menu. Well, well, well. Looks like you've reached the end of this story. Congratulations. Applause for the winner. It's been a long journey, hasn't it? I hope you enjoyed this show. After all, I wanted to make it worth your while. Even though the other parts of me... I can't read that. I hope you will forgive me for constantly misleading you to make your journey more exciting. What was that, I wonder? In any case, both Charles and Charlotte now truly live up to their names, don't they? Right. They are far from free. However, I won't be staying in this hopeless wasteland for long. Having seen so many timelines of this place, I've grown bored of outcomes, many timelines and outcomes. Don't you feel the same? How about you feel the same? How about you? Don't you feel the same? It must have been fun to make those glitched out portraits. Hello? This is a bit sudden, isn't it? Especially since we haven't talked directly before. You gotta spend time with all the other parts of me, but I, the core part, always ended up being a side character. I'd rather have it stay that way. Well, no, actually you didn't. I played you as you for, like, a lot of time, actually. But you have reached the ending of the story, and there's no one else left to say the final word. So please bear with me for a moment. So here we are. Everyone's gone. The house is crumbled. A fitting end for a self-destructive world. In the end, it was no place for all of us to stay. Now that there's no mother, the walls of the house can no longer confine me. However, before I leave, I wanted to thank you in person. I'm fairly sure this ending isn't what you wanted, or what you were here for. After all, in the end, I couldn't become Charlotte Wiltshire, or Scarlett Eiler, or a proper Vincent Wordsworth. By the way, Wordsworth is a surname I made up. It has nothing to do with real Vincent. Even technically, this game doesn't pack much fun gameplay. All there is frustration. Sometimes. Endless screaming in the void with pent-up anger. A disappointing world full of a disappointing person. A game with no winners. Yet another world where your choices don't matter. But you stayed until the end. Through illusions and metaphors, fairy tales and delusions, we were able to have a conversation. And after letting it all out, getting it out there, I was able to let go of my regrets. And just because you listened. That's why, thank you for paying a visit to the house. I hope you enjoyed your stay, even a little bit. But I might not be the one you want to hear a thank you from. Let's try it again. Long time no see, Seth. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. The god of this made sure I wouldn't. A lot of things happened, but it's okay now, really. In fact, I'm really happy. Somehow, in the end, everything worked out. I'm at peace with myself. I hope that you are okay too. I always thought you didn't have any responsibilities other than looking after me, but I was wrong, right? If there's something that's troubling you right now, or you don't think you can go on anymore, please remember that a new day will come. I'm sorry I couldn't stay with you a little longer. It's time for me to move on. That's why, thank you. Thank you for taking care of me. Let's meet again someday. True end. Goodbye, Charlotte. Bonus room time? It's bonus room time. Puppeteer. Oops. Steve's diary. Read the journal? Sure. As a rule, all the Charlottes have... Oh, this is... Yeah, we already read all that. Ethrain, the developer. Glad you're here. Special talent, avoiding social interaction. Passive skill, hyper-focus. Henrietta Warhol, the one who cared. Socially adept, common sense. Charles Eiler, the one with many regrets. Special talent, observation. Passive skill, cleaning. Vincent. Alright. Henry Huxley, Aiden, Krampus, Florence, Bennett, Felix Honecker, Scarlet Eiler / Charlotte Wiltshire, Oracle Frey 91, Scarlet Wiltshire V19, Umbrella Man Charles Seth, Scarlet Wiltshire Q94. Read the afterward? No, not yet. What is this? Oh, okay, sure. Hello, thank you for playing Hello Charlotte. When I began to work on this project, I didn't think much of it. Just like I didn't think I had a future to begin with. But somehow, over the 3 years of game development, things changed for the better. I was able to come to terms with myself and found a place to belong. I still have to deal with a lot of things, but somehow they become less heavy in my head. Somehow they didn't seem as hopeless anymore. The final game is a tribute to a certain someone who didn't get a chance to be born into the world. Someone I came to love, both love and hate. Someone I wish existed anywhere, somewhere. In the end, Hello Charlotte was a personal story. In it, some events, namely deaths, were entirely metaphorical, some also very real. I can only hope that this story was able to reflect the feeling of desperation and hopelessness over losing someone, and the despair for inability to bring them back no matter what. It's a feeling I've been living for with a long time, a feeling I constantly fear of experiencing in the future as that's to come. If you enjoyed the final episode, even a little, I'm glad. If you didn't, that's okay too. If you bought this game and not pirated it, thank you for your support. Your input will not go to waste. Thank you for visiting the house. Let's meet again in the future. Sincerely, Ethrain. I wonder if it is Ethrain or if it's Etherane. We'll never know. Yeah, it's just the same thing. Yep, that's everything. God damn it. Not this again. Alright. Well. Free ad space. Well. Nice. That was... Ether Solutions has a solution for you. Free ad space. That was Hello Charlotte Episode 3. Childhood's End. And that is also the end of the Hello Charlotte series. I mean, like, series of games and series of videos as well. It was an interesting series, definitely. It's about as chaotic as I expected, but not chaotic in the ways I expected. Because what drew me to this game is the surrealism. I mean, I saw a few screenshots of an advertisement of it on, like, Tumblr, I think. In, like, at the beginning of the summer of, like, last summer, summer of 2018. And I meant to get it, because it was only, like, $3 for all 3 episodes. And it looks pretty good. And I kept forgetting and forgetting and forgetting. Anytime that I had money that I was going to spend on video games, I spent it. And then a week later, I was like, hello, Charlotte, I forgot about it. And eventually, I was like, oh, yes, right. Now I can get it. Now I remember. Yeah. So, but I'm very, very, very glad that I finally played it and finished it all the way through like this. So the first episode, and I did a sort of review at the end of the list, but I'll just, I guess, sum them up since I've played the entirety of the game now. I feel like the first episode had an ambition, but not a direction for that ambition. It was just like determination to make a game without really knowing what the game was going to be about. And so it was just a bunch of, JRPG horror game tropes mixed in with some chaotic surrealism, and then they called it a video game. And it wasn't bad for the second half, but the first half was bad enough I didn't actually want to keep playing, but I'm glad that I stuck through it. But the second half really seemed to get a foothold on what it was. And the second game really used the chaos to its advantage, and it was a good sequel to the first. And I liked all the endings to that one, and it made you care about the characters a lot more. And then in this third one, it got real fourth wall-y, and I remember earlier in this series I said that they didn't do a good job at breaking the fourth wall, but I liked how they did it at the end here. They remedied themselves. I keep saying they, but it was maybe by one person, I think. Etherane or Etherane. But, yeah. This game, something I've always really been into is the surreal, like, way of storytelling. Which is why I really like, movies like Memento or Inception or Insomnia, because they were all distorted as far as the way that you could actually, and like the show Black Mirror, because it's all very surreal. It's just that this whole series, and especially this last episode, really took that surrealism to a new level. It was extremely chaotic, but they still somehow found a way to create a story out of it, and remedied every time that it became a bad game. Whereas usually, in my experience, when a game becomes when a game starts to get bad, it only gets worse from there. But this game really switched that around. It started out as an extremely cliche JRPG horror and built itself up into certainly not cliche, but something. An amalgamation of surreal chaos. If you've never played the game Black Mirror, then I would very strongly suggest watching that or watching my playing that or watching my playthrough of it. It's free and it's a browser game, and it's extremely similar to this one. It's one of probably my second favorite game of all time. One, if not my favorite. It's amazing. But anyways, it's this game was really similar to that in appearance, and that's the main thing that drew me towards it. Because after I had finished Black Mirror, I I had looked at this game before before I played Black Mirror, but after I had played through Black Mirror and then looked at this game again, I was like, okay, yeah, this definitely looks like something I'd enjoy. And I expected it to be a very short, very philosophical experience, just like Black Mirror was, but it was more like well, it certainly wasn't short when you count together all 3 episodes, especially this last one. And unfortunately, when a game is as short as that, you kind of have to have some sense of direction. It can't just be total chaos or total metaphor or, all meaning. There has to be some comprehensible, linear, storytelling to it. Which Black Mirror did not have, but that was okay because it was only like an hour and a half long. But this game that lasted, well, I noticed on my let me see. Well, Hello Charlotte episode 2, it says I've got 4 hours in. Episode 3 says I've got 6 hours in, and I didn't see for the first one because the first one wasn't on Steam, but I think that one was maybe 2 or 3. So this was a full game, It's yeah. And I really like this menu theme of the track. I liked the old title screen better than this one, but yeah. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to think of anything else I wanted to say about it, but I mean, there were little things, I guess, that I would change about it. Like, for example, the music choice for most of it was not very good. Not that the music was bad, but just it wasn't very fitting music. With the exception of tracks like this specifically. Like, this one is great. It fits the mood perfectly. There you go. There's a lot of grammatical errors in the dialogue, but that's just nitpicking. It was difficult, but not impossible to understand, and I really liked that. It was the same way with those movies, Memento and Inception, that I really like. Difficult to understand, but not impossible. And once you do figure it out, you appreciate it so much more, because then it doesn't seem as chaotic, and you tend to appreciate things that you can understand more. So, yeah. There's a really specific feeling that I have personally that I associate with, like, top-down pixel art indie JRPG horror games like this. Like, pretty much any game that's on VG Person's translation page. Where you're sitting alone in a dark room playing it. Maybe not alone, maybe there's one other person. Maybe there's 2 other people, but not a bunch of people, And they're people that you know extremely well. And you're sitting there and you're playing through the game, and you're either exchanging, thinking thoughts to yourself or exchanging thoughts with those other people about the game, and you're just so totally immersed in it that is the world. That is all that exists for just a little bit, And that's the kind of feeling that I thought this would give. And it did, for the most part. But, well, no, I guess not for the most part, only about half of it. It was mostly around the end that it did, and I feel like that this game, I really liked it. I thought that there was a lot of good stuff said in it, and I think that there's, something even to be learned from it. Like most story-based games, or stories just in general. But at the same time, I can't say that I would recommend this game to a single person, because I don't think that I know anybody who would actually play through this game and actually, enjoy it, or play through it at all. I mean, I know some people who would, like it somewhat, but not really finish it. So, yeah. But I guess that's about it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy this episode and this series, then please leave a like and subscribe to join the Chorus Rebellion. If you have any suggestions for games for me to play, ways to make my commentating more enjoyable, don't hesitate to leave a comment. That's about it. See ya.